David J. Atwood. I am the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And today we have overcast, and it looks like we're in for a weekend of rain, which is disheartening because I took some extra days off. I worked some overtime, so I was able to get a couple extra days off this weekend, and I decided to take them this weekend. And it looks like it's going to rain all weekend. So the time off is good because I will just focus my energy on doing the stuff inside the house that needs to be done. There's a few things. Last night Gabby and I were I have a deer trophy in my library, where my whiskey collection is and my magic book collection is. And the deer trophy was starting to fall off the wall because when I had originally installed it, I don't know what I was thinking, but I put a drywall anchor in and I hung this deer trophy onto the drywall. Didn't support it any way else. So as Gabby was doing the laundry over the last year and a bit, the screw was slowly working its way back out from the vibrations, and she was explaining to me that we need to fix that. So we did that last night, and then it was just so there's a lot more things that I can do in the house. A lot of drywall repair. I was talking about that. Where was I talking about that? Can't remember if it was a blog post or if I was talking here. Oh no, I was talking on this channel about spending some time learning how to fix some of the problems that you avoid. I really believe that if you're having a tough time with something in your life, it's usually not because you're lazy. I believe that most people aren't lazy. Most people actually do enjoy movement. Most people don't like to just sit there and stare up at the ceiling. So we procrastinate. And part of that procrastination, I believe, it's my theory, that the reason people procrastinate is not because they're lazy. It's because they're struggling. They don't know how to do the task, so they put it off. And then what they decide to do is they decide to do things that they know they're good at. And the things that you're good at are the things that you enjoy doing and you do lots of. And the more you do it, the better you get. The better you get, the more fun you have doing it. So doing something new, like for me, and it's not new. I've done drywall repair before, but the problem is I do a horrible job at it. Like, I'm not good at drywall. So I'm gonna watch some YouTube tutorials this weekend, and if I can't be out there traveling around this beautiful island of ours, chasing waterfalls and finding secret lakes and what I like to call Zip Your Lip River, then I guess I'll just stay indoors and work on making the drywall in my house beautiful. So I'll have to go get some. I know I've got some drywalling tools, but I'd like to get some better ones. And we'll do that this weekend. So again, I think it wasn't that long ago I was talking about procrastination, and I'm gonna focus on learning how to do a good job and get it done. So it was nice. So I think we're gonna start with the library and start making that a little bit more desirable. And Gabby and I have kind of made the decision that we're gonna kind of pull back on the traveling this year, spend a little bit more time fixing up the house. And the funny thing is, I've spent if you know who I am, you know that I've been spending the last couple of years, probably the last 10 years, looking for that dream log cabin on 5 acres of land out in the middle of nowhere, just so I can have that. And I got home last night and I told Gabby that there's some properties up island that I want to go look at. And I'm watching her have so much fun working in the garden. And I realized she's kind of her with her the happiness that she gets from working in the yard and doing little projects, it was kind of funny. I just started looking around going, this is not a bad place to call home. And I think maybe we'll kind of focus on just making this a beautiful home. Instead of looking for something different, maybe we could just, I'm not saying we're settling, but maybe just, I don't know, there's a different feel with the house with her in it. So there it is. Having said that, tomorrow morning we're gonna go look at some property up Island. but yeah, it's just starting to I was just thinking, we're gonna go through a lot of hassle, and already I'm getting the hassle from my realtor, which I think is funny. My realtor, she's my realtor because she's my friend, and I thought, well, that's how it should be, right? Someone who could get to know your wants and know your likes, and I started getting these. I told her, hey, there's this property I want to talk to you about and get to know more about. And she's like, okay. And then she started talking to me like I was like a client, not a friend. And I was like, okay. So she's saying, I don't want to do this until you've done this and this and this. I'm like, okay. And I started to think about it. It kind of bothered me. Maybe I'm wrong. But I was gonna, say book a viewing, and she's like, well, I'd like to make sure that you have everything in place before we start doing that, and she tried to put a positive spin on it, but I felt kind of like she was talking to me like not like a friend. And I was like, well, I'm in business with you because you're my friend, and you're not talking to me as a friend, you're talking to me like it's a business relationship. And so now maybe I'm wrong, but my thought is, if we're not in business because we're friends and we can't treat each other like friends, then maybe I should be in business with someone else who's going to treat me like a client too. Maybe that's what it is. And I don't know. I do business a lot with my friends, and it's always worked out for me. There's always going to be the issues that you have when you're getting into business with friends or family, but I've always been able to make it work. So, but this one kind of bothers me, and I don't know. It's almost as if, and she's fairly new to the real estate game. Like the last guy I was dealing with before he retired had been in real estate for 25 years, made a good living at it. I'm a little put off. It's what do I say? It bumped me. It made me feel as though, oh, so you're not in this because you're my friend. You're in this because it just I don't know. Made me feel weird. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think so. But I guess today, I don't know. I think a lot of times we have this idea of what we want in life, be it a brand new car, or a fancy espresso maker, or some new shoes, whatever it might be for you. And we tend to look over the things we already have, and that's my and I think that's just what we do. Like, if you start work and you're making $12 an hour, and you're all you're thinking about is, well, my life will be so much better when I make $20 an hour. And then you get a job making $20 an hour, and you do that for I think a year. I think a year is about where you start to feel it. No, I don't even think it's a year. I think it's closer to like six to 9 months. You start to acclimate to that $20 an hour lifestyle. And then it's like, I'd really do better if I was making $40 an hour. And then you get that $40 an hour job. And again, I don't even think it takes a year before you start really looking at your world around you and just not being satisfied. We have this, some people call it lifestyle inflation. I call it lifestyle acclimation, I guess would be a better word for it. But you get used to your surroundings, and then they become ordinary. And when things are ordinary, they're no longer giving you the feels. They're not giving you the excitement. But I was thinking, with myself and my personal situation with buying another piece of real estate, my goal has always been to make my empire as big as I possibly can. So when it comes time for me to shrug off this mortal coil and gallop off into the sunset, I wanted to ensure that my family had enough that they would be financially okay. That was a big part of it. And then as I became more and more successful, I started thinking, well, maybe I don't want to leave everything to my children. Maybe I want to, buy some property. And one of my philanthropic ventures was to buy 1,000 acres and conserve it, make sure that 1,000 acres would be left untouched by man. 1,000 acres would be completely untouched by man. And I know a lot of people like to make parks and that, but I was thinking, you know what? I want to go one step further. I don't want to make a park. I want to make land conservancy that is completely untouched, and 1,000 acres would probably do that quite handily. It'd be enough for a lot of owls and a lot of wild life, and hopefully put some more air back into the system, gobble some carbon out of the air, things like that. But that was my goal. So growing big there was a reason for it. It wasn't just so I could walk around and say, look at all I have. It was so I could funnel things into one area and make this happen in my mind. But last night, watching Gabby so happy in the garden, I was like, is this necessary? Is this acclimation of my life something that's warranted? Or am I looking around needing to really consider that I'm actually a very lucky man and I should be satisfied? So I go back and forth with that. Is wanting more a weakness, or is it a strength? Is being satisfied with what you already have, is that a weakness or a strength? And I go back and forth with it. Having said that, I still continue to invest. I still continue to gobble down my debt and manage what I already have. And I will always be doing that. And if I were to be, completely debt free in the next 5 years, which is the goal, then it's still a good thing, and I still can do things, but I won't get to that 1,000-acre plot of land. It's tough. It's something I grapple with. But last night, it's been a long time. It's been a lot of years since my house felt so full and happy and content. It's like it is something I'm quandering with right now. So I think maybe for this today, I think my thing would be to look at what you have, look at the station in your life, look where you're at. Do you need a new car? Or can you make your car last another year? I know a lot of people have a lot of reasons why they need a new car. But if you're buying a new car and you're going to get yourself into some more debt, and I love using cars as an example because most cars on the road do depreciate. Very few people have a car that's actually gaining value. Very few people bought a car where it was, where they bought it and they paid for it, and then a year later it's worth more. If you just think about this, I know the emotional thing, especially when you start thinking about it and fantasizing about it and dreaming about yourself driving a new car, you start to, it starts to lock in as something you gotta do. But if you think about it, if you're gonna add an extra, say if it's only even $300 a month, that's $300 a month you think really quickly to whatever repairs you need to do on your vehicle, that $300 a month can be gobbled up pretty quick, no matter what you have to do. And the things to really make your car feel comfortable, your existing one, get your brakes done, do an oil change, get new tires, get a new stereo. All these things can make your drive to work more comfortable and save you a lot of money. See if you can get that car to go another year. Because another year, that's another $3,600 you get to put in your bank account. And I'm using $300. I know people are spending a lot more money on their vehicles. A lot more. If you think, even if you get an 8-year loan at, what is it, like 8% right now, is crazy interest rates, it's going to be a lot more than $300. But consider what you have in life right now and look around and actually see if it's really necessary for you to take it to the next level and get that new things. I don't know. Maybe it's weakness. I apologize for not being more definitive in my speech today, but I really am concerned, and I'm really thinking about contemplating what my next step's going to be. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching. I'd love to thank my extra subscriber that I got. Thank you so much for joining on. And also thank you very much for going out and checking out financialfreeway23.ca. That's our website where we make all the magic happen. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. But more important always is to spread the word. Tell people what we're doing here. Talk to people about the beautiful things that we're doing and how we're trying to make the world a better place by allowing everyone to understand that wherever you are in the world and whatever your situation is, you have the right to live a life of success and abundance. Thank you so much for watching. Wherever you are in this cloudy world today, I hope you have a great day. God bless.